Hi, YouTubers. This is Donette, and I'm coming to you from Guyana. You guys know I've been talking about repatriation for over 2 years now, almost. I'm pretty sure it's over 2 years because I started talking about it before I actually did it, and I've been here for about 2 years. So I am going to turn the camera around so you can see one of the reasons why I decided to move back home. Just the peace, the serenity, the breeze, everything else. So I'll turn it. All right, so if you look way back in the background there with the burnt orange and blue letteret, you can see that's where my business is. That's the new building that I just put up. And this is, I said to you before, Blueberry Hill. So everywhere you turn around these days, there's like a new construction in the area. So it's good to see the vitality from the locals, as well as I'm sure, there are foreigners in between someplace who are also building. So you see some new structure going up. See some places that has started and never got finished. That's even before I got here. But since we got here, I have to tell you that there are a lot of new construction. So it goes to show that you influence change in a lot of ways. And that's not patting myself on the shoulders, but definitely I have to say, since we have come and opened up our business, we have definitely seen a huge increase in the amount of buildings that are going up. When we first came here, a lot of the area was just bushes and pretty much abandoned. Structures, but people who had areas marked off has started to build. People have built fully. People are probably, some of it, as you can see, are almost completed. Some places are, you know, they just started in recent months and they're finishing up and so on. So, it's really, really good to see. And wherever there's vitality, wherever there's more business, more habitat, in terms of where people are living, our communities in terms of where people are living and building, you're going to find that it's going to grow more and more. So it's really good to see. And I feel good about it. I feel good about impact and change in different ways. Even though people may not say it to you, you definitely can have an impact coming back home and building a business. It impacts the communities that you love, the communities that you grew up in, and the people's lives as well. All right, so it makes a difference, okay, because the people here can't do it by themselves. I have to tell you that because the more money that flows into any community, the better off that community is. So you do need that influx of finances from various entities or from different places where you guys are from, whether it's Canada or the US or wherever it is that you are, to come back and to make an impact. It does again creates a better environment for living and doing business. All right, so here we are, Blueberry Hill, Wisma. So lots of people are coming to my business from Georgetown, and they are, sometimes they haven't frequented Linden a lot or Wismer a lot, so when they come, they're quite surprised. And I also have to brag, and I'm sorry I didn't get started there, but hopefully when I come back in, I can just pick up where they actually are doing the roads. I mean, I've complained and complained to anybody that I can find, and I'll tell you what, they, I don't know if my complaints work, but whatever it is, I guess it was in the budget. But I still complained because I didn't know what was happening. And the red road and the dust was just killing us in the back there. So they actually did do the road. So far they haven't put down the asphalt, but hopefully they do. But it's we've got the gravel, and that's covered up the red road, and that means that we don't have to deal with that red dust anymore, which is good. But now we have like a white spill off. So I'm hoping that goes when the rain starts to fall, that goes away too. All right. So anyway, YouTubers, how are you guys doing? Hope how was your 2024 going? I pray that you get everything that you desire and more. And if moving back home is part of your agenda, please begin to put that plan in place. So much more easier lifestyles. But you have to have a plan. You can't just pack up and leave. You need to know where you're going with your plan. You need to have a 5-year marker, a 5-year calendar plan. You need to have a business plan if you're coming to do business. You need to put everything in order. You need to know what your budget is like over there versus what you'll spend over here, which is way, way less. However, if you're building, then, or if you're repairing, just make sure that you are putting all those things in place. Will you gain a monthly salary? How will you gain a weekly salary? How will you survive? Those things are going to be imminent. Like, you cannot get away from it. Like, you can't just pack and come to a country and don't know where your daily bread is coming from. That doesn't make too much sense. So it's really, really good to see people plan things out and then it comes to fruition. And I hope that my story is an inspiration to you all, and that just like I did it, you can too. And I did not come in with $1 million. I did not come in with all this money. So what I did is I utilized my resources that I had. So the same monies that I would spend on things in the US, the same money that I would just probably blow on a weekend out, I decided to reinvest it. Well, take that money and invest it into property, invest it into building, invest it into my retirement plan. And that's how we did it, right? And my husband stayed there and worked while I worked from here for quite some time. Right now I'm not lecturing, because I decided to dedicate my time to building the business and having it grow, and helping it grow. But I can't just not work. So eventually I'll be back out to lecturing. But for now, I am going to sit back and just let the business take my time and my energy and my creativity, and not worry about lecturing so much. I've been lecturing for over 24 years, so it's something that I do naturally. So my skills isn't going anywhere. As long as I'm here, I have health, I have life. I'll be all right when I get back in the classroom. Anyways, I am so delighted to be coming to you from Blueberry Hill, Wisma, Linden, Guyana, South America. I am excited. I'm headed down to the valley. I don't go down there very often anymore, because I literally just live on the venue, by the venue. I showed you a room yesterday where I am staying at for now, and eventually we'll be building up another room in the back for us, so we can rent out that room too. All right, but everything costs money. Has it been stressful? Like I said before, I'm not a stressful person. Just take things in strides, and I make sure that I'm happy with whatever it is that I'm doing. So that way I'm not over there stressing out or worrying about things, because even the best of us who are not stressors, non-stressors, we can fall into the pit of not feeling like we've done enough, not feeling like what we've accomplished is what where we need to be. The disappointments, all that stuff can happen, but that's when the devil steps in and he destroys. So I'm not good with anybody destroying anything that I have worked hard and that God has blessed me with. So I am pretty good with just staying focused and feeling encouraged in the name of Jesus, just feeling encouraged, right, daily. So I always say God has got this, because he's got it even before I actually have thought about it. So by the time he's put it into my spirit, he's already made it whole. So I'm good, right? So for me, I'm happy, I'm whole, I feel good. This morning I had a little bit of a spiritual challenge in terms of just, just being prayerful. And I just got on the prayer line, got lifted up. I heard them calling my name in prayer and I felt good. I got up and started doing my thing. And that is, sometimes we just go through a little moment and we just need to be reminded that God is real. He's on your side and He's there to comfort you. And you need to be open to Him as well. So thank you guys so much for listening to me today. I will turn the camera back around. Yeah, and I hope you guys feel encouraged too, and that you're, whatever it is that you're doing for 2024 comes to full fruition, and that you are blessed beyond measures, honestly. All right, so it's good to see people living good, people living happy. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be good. All right, so my goal for 2024, outside of continuing to build and expand and develop my business, and outside of, first of all, just being closer to God and doing what's what is required to stay spiritually fit, is that I want to, start eating healthier and being a lot more intentional with my health. I feel like as though I've slacked off some, and I want to get to that place. And I think I'm in an environment where there is no need for me to eat unhealthy. So actually making that choice to eat healthier and focus on, the things I'm ingesting in terms of liquid. I can drink healthier drinks, make healthier drinks. I can make healthier foods and so on. So for me, I think that I'm being lazy at it and I want to do better. So that's part of my 2024 goal, outside of billing, being more creative. First and foremost, being closer to God, and just taking care of family and everything else. And family, meaning the boys are older now, things are looking better in terms of, just later becoming a grandma. One is married, as you know. The other one is now living in Brazil with his fiance. And the other ones that's my friend's house right here. All right, it's looking good. He's got some painting to do, but he's come a long way with it. All right, so pretty much just knowing that they're settled. My older son, he's doing well. Life has been good. I can't complain. I honestly cannot complain. Just being grateful. And that came to mind this morning, by the way, as I was just kind of going those moments of, just feeling a certain way spiritually. And, the spirit of, or the attention to being grateful, to appreciating what you have, seeing what you've done. And then also just, worshiping more, praising more, being in the spirit, and coming closer and closer to the Almighty, right? I mean, it just makes sense to me that these things, this is how I've always done this since my 20s. So, I kind of fell off with my prayer life, and I am just, 2024 has to be better with that. I need to be way better. All right. So I think sometimes the Lord gets our attention in certain ways, and using, our emotions or showing up in a different light. So that way we are, we're paying attention to what it is that we should. Because then we don't want to go down this route of not paying attention to the things that we should in our lives. And then the next thing you know, we have a whole bunch of issues and we're wondering where they came out from. Hey, how are you? Yeah, so, just to know and to be grateful, to know what you have, to remember where God has taken you from, how He's brought you through, and to understand that he's there with you, right? No matter what. All right, so today's message is just a combination of, hey, encouragement, as well as appreciation for life, appreciation for seeing 2024, a little bit of the views that that I have or that is around me, and just saying hello and appreciating you guys for being there and supporting me, those who have come by, those who have not come by so far. And when you're in Guyana, don't forget to hit me up, 664-4711, 664-4711. Come by, check out the bistro, relax. Pretty soon you'll have an Airbnb that you can come stay by as well. All right, and thank you so much once again. So I'll spin the camera around. All right. My husband and I were just talking about the fact that really and truly, here in Guyana, we shouldn't have a problem with food at all. From the way the ground is so fertile, and as I pass by here, this land was bush, and now you see somebody just planted. I guess that's I don't know what that is, if it's palm or whatever. But anyway, you can tell that they just cleaned it up and put some plants there. I don't know what that's going to be, but it's weird. I don't know if those are palms. Those literally are some sort of trees, because it's got like that little pointy stuff on it, right? And that can bore you. So that's probably some sort of tree. All right. So you can tell that I'm not good with plants. I'm always stunted as to what things are. But either way, and we were just having a conversation about being able to do your own planting in your backyard and so on. I mean, it's so fertile, this land of ours, and we ought to be thankful that we don't have to go and buy these very things that we enjoy. This is one of the reasons when we see the fruit market or border market or any kind of market in Guyana, it always looks so vibrant. The colors of the fruits and the vegetables and whatever it is, the seasonings and so on, that they look so healthy, and that we can, Guyanese to this day still buy daily to cook. They don't freeze things like we do in the U.S. or probably overseas period. Like, they don't need to freeze things in their freezers for days and weeks and months sometimes. They literally go out and buy fresh stuff, which is what I do too. I've gotten into the habit of going out and buying things in the market. Like every week I go buy things, new, fresh things, because it's just the way it's done here. Like, you don't freeze things and have it sitting there. Okay, so I buy of course, my breads I buy every week. I buy my meat every week. Everything I buy every week, fish, everything. So, because I don't need to buy like 30 pounds and have it sitting there, So it's really, really nice. Look at the way the brushes are built up over here. All right, so right, okay, anyway, so we're just walking down. I've shown you this area before. A lot of times the community members will come out and cut these bushes down when it gets overgrown. So it's probably hasn't been done in a while. And it's been raining, not as frequently as it was last year or the year before when I was here in January. But this it's definitely been raining. So I'm sure once the weather gets to a certain point and the bush continues to grow, they'll come out and cut it again, because they do clean it up, which is good. And it's safer when it's cut down, because we got older people that walks down here, and women and children. So it's important to keep it to a certain level, so that way people aren't attacked in these areas as well. I'm talking about children. So, hi, how you doing? Say hi to my camera. What's your name? What is it? Sheena. Oh, you're pretty. All right. Give me a picture. Thank you, Sheena. All right, so that was Sheena, as you all saw. So I always talk to the kids when I see them. Not sure why she's not in school today, but anyways, I usually ask them if they're in school. When I see them with their uniforms, I always tell them how good they look, and I always compliment them and ask them how was school today and so on. So encourage them to continue to go and work hard and be disciplined. Right, and talking about discipline as well, and I just heard this from Bishop T.D. Jakes, where he talks about it's not enough to just be motivated to do something. What you have to also have is that discipline in doing it. Sometimes we have the energy and we work hard at it, but what's important is the discipline, right? The discipline is absolutely important. You have to have that motivation to do it all the time, every time. And show that you care about what it is that you're committed to. So commitment is key. Right? Commitment is key. Yeah, this would have been the place that I went down the last time. So if you guys remember, I went down this area and I explored the area of the valley. This is one of the streets that I went through, or the block that I went down. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's pretty cool to just be able to walk through and see what's happening. And like I said, I don't hardly come down this way, so it's good. Yeah, it's good to come down and see what's happening. I'm actually headed to my brother's, my grandmother's place. As you know, my grandmother passed on about in 2022, so the house is there. My brother lives there, so I'm headed there now too, and that's where I usually stay. So yeah, this is one of the streets that I explored the last time as well. So there it is. And if you will go back to my video, you can see an entire exploratory, I don't know, I guess, video on it, and trying to rediscover my childhood and everything. Anyways, this is Victory Valley. You've seen it before. It's not new. Look at this cherry tree right here. See what I'm talking about? Just harvesting your own stuff. Like literally, you can just pick a cherry. Oh, this one is green. Yeah, way too many kids are home at this time of the day, and I'm not sure why. But it looks like since the pandemic, it just seems like too many parents don't really care to send their kids to school. because I've been seeing them up on Blueberry Hill in the neighborhood during school time, not wearing uniforms. And it's kind of concerning, because I feel like as though education is always going to be the key to the future. And if you have a bunch of kids running around not going to school, before you know it, they'll be doing other things. So, and that's and those things aren't good things. So the parents ought to take this more into control. It's I would think that the government would get involved, because if the kids aren't showing up to school, there should be some sort of officer showing up, social services, truant's officer showing up to say what's happening with this kid. Why is he or she not in school? Because remember, the kids they're just kids. They're not going to worry about going to school. They're not going to worry about, an education. It's the parents that has to foresee a future for their kids and being able to motivate them. When I was growing up, we didn't have an excuse. My mom was not like a big school person, but we went to school. That was the thing to do. So in 2024, with the new generation of parents, I don't know what happened. It's just sad. Now, don't get me wrong, there are tons of kids that go to school every day, but it's just way too many that aren't. So, anyways, I'm almost there at my grandmother's place. So I shall talk to you guys soon. I'm gonna go get some things in my room and see some other stuff that I need for my husband. Okay, you have a good one. Take care. God bless, and we'll talk. Bye-bye.